Welcome to the Dr. Dare Show, live, Facebook, YouTube. Welcome. It's Friday night. Just got paid. Hope everybody is having a great night. We have we have a lot of topics tonight. We have several topics tonight. We find them and post them. But yes, we have several different topics tonight. First one is, and I'm about to post it. Do you think the church beliefs about women being submissive to their husband increases domestic violence? Let's talk about that one, right? That's the first one we have. Second topic is, should a trans man or trans woman reveal that they are trans if they are trying to get involved with someone on a romantic level? Okay. Yeah, so those are our topics. So welcome to Topic Hop Friday, which we usually we usually hop from topic to topic. And we usually have two of them. But someone asked me to carry on. And someone asked me to talk about the Lil Kim and the Michele topic again a little tonight, so I will do that just a little. But we talked about that 2 weeks ago. Hey Tanisha, how are you? Yes, I just realized I had a typo. Yeah, yeah. How's it going, Tanisha? How's your week been? So yeah, those are our two topics. At the same time. Yeah, it has been a long week. I know for me, just working and writing books and trying to just do all the things that I do. But we get them done and we move on to the next week. Oh, that's good, Tanisha. You're good. I'm okay. Just a little tired, but you know. I know. Miss you. We have to get together. Sam wants to get together and do like Metro Diner or something like that, karaoke or something. So we all have to get together on that same page to do that. But I think we should. We haven't hung out in a while. Yeah. So our first topic is: do you think the church beliefs about women being submissive to their husband increases the chances of domestic violence or abuse? That's our first topic. And our second topic, and we haven't started yet, but our second topic is: should trans man or trans women reveal that they are trans if they are trying to get involved with someone on a romantic level? So those are our two topics for tonight. We haven't started yet. When you come in, click share, and we will get started momentarily. But right now, we're just chilling. You're checking in. You're telling me how your week has been. Again, I said this probably 2 weeks ago. Atlanta's traffic is back to normal. It's horrible. I miss the dry streets, but no, honestly, I'm glad that things are trying to get back to normal somewhat. So I'm not going to complain about the traffic. Last year, this time, we were miserable still, So, yeah, so just come in. When you come in, click share, check in, let me know how you're doing. We got Tanisha, who has already checked in. Yeah. Yeah, Tanisha. So what's been going on? You got any plans this weekend? Got any plans out there? Yeah. So if this is your first time, we call this Topic Hop Friday. We usually have two topics. Tonight I threw the third one in because someone asked me to continue to talk about the Lil Kim and K Michele topic. about them, doing, I went blank, doing like plastic surgery and all that stuff, and skin lightening, and what is that all about? So we kind of talked about that 2 weeks ago, but somebody wanted me to bring it back, so it's back. Yeah. So when you come in, click share, say hi. We love people to talk and connect. Hey, Karen. Tanisha, you say you're gonna rest this weekend. I don't blame you. Me too. After I go to boot camp. Karen, how's your week been? Miss you. We all got to get together and party and have lemonade. Hey, hey, Tanil. How are you? How's the new job? So we haven't started. We have 2 topics tonight, possibly 3, because someone wanted me to bring the Lil Kim topic back. So our first topic, let me see if I can find it again. Do you think the church beliefs about women being submissive to their husbands increase or potentially lead to domestic violence or abuse? And then the second topic is, should trans women or trans men reveal that they are trans if they are trying to get involved or connect with someone on a romantic level? So, yes. So glad y'all are all checking in. Karen, you said you had a good week. Yes, good. Tanil saying she's still in training. Good. Hopefully it's going well. Yep. So good. So those are the 2 topics that we wanted to discuss tonight. And they're all based on, think before I say that, they're all based on true stories, yeah. And then that third one is like when somebody wanted me to bring it back and talk about it again. So I don't know how long we'll stay on that one, but that is that one. Lil Kim one that we talked about. Entertainers like Lil Kim and K, Michele have had their drastic cosmetic surgeries to change their looks. Some people accuse them of self-hatred. Is it self-hatred or a beauty makeover? Do you think they wanted lighter skin, colorism, and would you have cosmetic surgery? So that's our last topic. So our main 2 are the first 2, and then that one is just a carryover from a week before. So we will get started. When you come in, click share. Welcome to the Dr. Dare Show live, Facebook and YouTube. We usually do a new topic every Friday. If you have a topic you want us to discuss, I will do the research. I can't talk today. I will do the research on the topic and bring it so you don't even have to speak on it. And we'll just discuss. We like people to chime in, especially if, they have a different opinion. We love that. We love to have conversation. So yeah, I had a busy week. Today I was doing couples counseling and things just went, I love couples counseling. Even though it gets heated, I love it. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. So our first topic, I'll put that back up there again. And as you come in, remember to click share. Do you think the church beliefs about women being submissive to their husbands increases domestic violence and / or abuse? And I got this from a story. I'm trying to make sure there's no new comments down here. You said, what do I love about couples counseling? I like to watch. I like to, when they first come in, I observe the dynamics. Who's the one that controls things? Who's the one who shuts down? And then I like to dig into their family and see like how they communicated in their family. Because the way you communicate in your family as a kid, or the way your family communicated, if y'all shut down when problems happen and nobody discussed it, you just went and bought a pizza and thought it, you should just move on. That's what you do in your relationships, probably all your relationships, until you go to therapy and the therapist helps you acknowledge that. But I like to dig in and see what the issue is with the couple and try to help them work it out. That's all. And sometimes it just gets heated, but that's just part of it. Some people don't like that, but I do. I enjoy it. Yeah. So if you're just getting in, we haven't started yet. We're just checking in with everybody. Everybody's telling us how their week went, and just yeah, yeah. Things are getting back to normal, kind of, sort of. People are out and about. I know ATL traffic is horrible, like it always was, and now it's bad. But I'm not even gonna complain because last year this time was like not good. So let's get on to our first topic. Do you think that church beliefs about women being submissive to their husband increases the domestic violence and abuse? And let me tell you where I got that topic from. So I was reading, it was a live story here in Atlanta. It's Jasmine Smith, and I put that little snippet up here, and I'll put it up here again. Um, so this is kind of where I got this story from. Jasmine Smith says she is a survivor of religious abuse. She said for 5 years, her partner used religion to control her. She said she wanted so much to be a part of a religious community, it led to him controlling her in all kinds of ways. And that is what made me want to create this topic. Because I think a lot of ministers preach, women be submissive to your husband, but they don't know what that person is doing to the other person at home. And so I always wanted to talk about this topic because I feel like it's important. What would you do? First of all, do you think that church kind of can push women into a domestic violence situation or enhance a domestic violence situation because the church believes that the man is the household? I know we've all heard that before. And whatever the man says, that goes. And, what are your thoughts out there? So that's our first topic. So Jasmine Smith, true person here in Atlanta somewhere. She is a survivor. She calls it religious abuse. So what do you guys think? Let me know if y'all can hear me. I didn't test that. Oh, where's my headset? The headset is so much clearer. I didn't put it on. So yeah, what do y'all think about that topic? There we go. Headphones. Hopefully you can hear me better because this is, yeah, okay. Long week. Okay. And Tanisha says it definitely does. It gives the man too much power in the household. Oh, that's instead of sharing the power. I agree, Tanisha, because I feel like, I've seen situations where the husband is not really a good person, and because these people go to church, they feel like he's in charge. He should be the one handling things, but he's verbally abusive or even physically abusive. So I think it is important that we don't push that narrative in church. I wish there could be some kind of training to ministers that they should not, you know, I know that's in the Bible, I'm sure somewhere. I think the even little picture that I had up there, it gave a little scripture. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, here it is. Right there. Right there. Wives, be subject to your husbands as you are to the Lord. Wives, be subject to your husbands as you are to the Lord. Oh, what do y'all think about that? Wives, be subject to your husband as you are to the Lord. So this is kind of a message from the Bible as well. What do you guys think? Tanisha says it definitely does. It gives the man too much power in the household instead of sharing power.
Tanisha said, I will never put myself in that kind of situation ever again. I almost did before, believe it or not. Oh, Tanisha, so you dated somebody that was religious and um I can't even, I just went blank. They brought that ideology into the relationship that the husband or the man is in charge and the woman is submissive and they should just do whatever. That's scary, especially if you have a woman that has low self-esteem, or you know doesn't know who she is, and then she gets this person who is aggressive, this man who is aggressive, who has maybe some kind of mental health illness stuff going on, and yet we're leaving him in the church. What's up, Mike? Where you been? What's up, Mike Womble? Long time no hear from. You said right on, pastor. What I'm saying, yeah, I just don't think ministers should. I know I'm probably gonna get cussed out or something because I'm going against what the Bible says or something. But I feel like making that general statement to women that they should be submissive to men. You don't know what type of man they're dating at home. That person could be a serial killer. I've watched documentaries where that is the case. That man is whipping that lady's tail every chance he gets. Um, and hey, if she goes to church and you saying, stay in this relationship, but meanwhile, at the same time, she is at home getting beat. Karen says, I think a person who is an abuser will take the biblical narrative of women being submissive and will hold that against the woman and frankly run with that in the name of religion. Yes, Karen, and they do. They do. Some people stay in abusive relationships because the Bible, that's what they think the Bible wants them to do, or their minister has portrayed that message to them. Um, and it's just not right. I think if you don't know that person's situation, you shouldn't send them into that direction. And then when they get killed, what are you going to do if something happens? And Karen agrees with you, Tanisha. And Mike says, no, a woman should follow a man and be submissive. Y'all hear? I'm a blast Mike right up on this screen here. So Mike says, women, Tanisha, Karen, Tennille, y'all need to be submissive to your soon to be husbands or boyfriends. That's just Mike says no. A woman should follow a man and be submissive. So Mike, you said the yep, Karen, that's true. But you know what, Karen, I'm gonna put a I blasted him, Tanisha. He's on the screen. You have to talk to him because Mike says, and Karen, Mike said, and Tennille, Mike says a woman should follow a man and be submissive. Mike, but what if the man is beating her up? What if he is just has a mental health problem, doesn't know how to communicate, is very, very aggressive? Karen says that's why counseling outside of the church is necessary. Yes, I agree, Karen. If they go, a problem that I see doing therapy is a lot of men do not go to therapy. But I still have Mike, for the women out there, Mike says y'all need to be submissive to your husbands. You need to follow him and do whatever he says. It's like, yes. Yes, Karen. Tanisha is agreeing with you. That should only happen if the two are equally yoked. Right. So okay, Mike clarified himself. He's saying if they're equally yoked. Meaning you let me know what your meaning of equally yoked mean, Mike. But I think it means, from my perspective and as a therapist, that these people really care about each other. They're on the same page. In our Pentecostal church, that means they have to be saved and believe in God and abiding by God's rules and all of that stuff. That's what it meant. in the Pentecostal church. Like a saved person couldn't be with a person that's not saved. So that would be unequally yoked. But two people that are saved and love God and worship God and all of that stuff, they would be. Mike Karen said you saved yourself. So you out of the what do they call it? The doghouse. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tanisha says, and Mike said, Mike, that's correct. When someone people are unequally yoked. Okay. Tanisha says, I would be submissive if he ain't psychotic. Okay. So Tanisha's saying that she would be submissive if the person is psychotic. And I don't see anything wrong with that part, honestly. I'm like you, Mike. I agree that the man probably should be the head of the household. I know I'm going to hear from this out there. If he is respectful to the woman and if, he's taking charge, he's paying all the bills, and he's doing all of that stuff, okay, we give it to you. But like Tanisha said, if the man is psychotic, no, it's a no for me. But they both have to agree on that. Because some people are naturally submissive. Some people like the man to be in charge, you know, and some, you know, don't. But there's a lot of pieces that go along with this topic, and the man has to be sane with no mental health issues. He's not disrespecting the woman. He's not beating on her, cursing her out, verbal abuse. That's a no, you know. So, mm-mm. So if you just joined, what we're talking about, and I will post that back up if I get to that screen. Welcome to the Dr. Derek Show again, live and on YouTube and Facebook. Share. What am I saying? Our first topic is, do you think the church believes about women being submissive to their husband increases domestic violence and abuse? That's the topic we're talking about right now. And we've had people chime in saying the woman should follow the man if they are equally yoked. We had Tanisha and Karen saying no, they wouldn't. Well, Tanisha says she will follow a man if he wasn't psychotic, like being respectful and all of that stuff. And I'm good with that. He got to be in his right mind. I just don't do psycho. And Mike says, this is so true in the black community. Look at the family structure with our people. It is. But you know what, Mike? What I noticed, a lot of black church members, their marriages don't last because everybody's putting on a facade and being fake. And you know, you don't know who you're dating, and so, or who you married to. And some people, I know in the black church, a lot of people get married just so they can have sex. What do y'all think about that? In the black church community, a lot of black couples get married because they want to have sex. Karen says we have to be in agreement as a couple, equally yoked. So Karen says you have to be equally yoked, both psychologically sound, respectful, and revisit the submissive part as we grow in our marriage and grow as individual. Very well said, Karen. I like that statement, and I agree. Tanil says, I don't have too much to add because I'm single. I know a lot of people who subscribe to submission as a wife. I've seen it work, but I don't believe it works in all cases because of the changing dynamics of families these days. I feel we have moved to um, a more of a partnership model where there is a healthy balance, and I agree with that too. That's why I'm like, I think it just depends. It's a based on that couple, and it depends on their agreement on this. And like I said, some people are naturally submissive, and that's okay. And Mike says that only happens mainly because black women seem to. Ooh, here we go. Y'all see this? Mike like to start trouble. That only happens mainly because black women seem to emasculate their men. I'm waiting. So Mike feels that, okay, he says that only happens mainly because black women seem to emasculate emasculate women, men. So I was talking about. I think he's referring to this. I was talking about how black couples in the black church are starting to divorce because um I was thinking because everybody's trying to be fake and being somebody that they're not. A lot of times the couples just want to have sex, so they go get married, and then well, Mike's saying that only happens mainly because black women seem to emasculate men. Do y'all think black women emasculate their men? That's why the divorce rates are high because they don't want to be submissive. What do you think? Mike wants all the smoke. He does. To Neil, he wants all the smoke. Karen says, "Preach to Neil," and Tanisha says, "I don't." You don't what, Tanisha? Mike, I'm Mike. I'm bringing over some hot grits for you. Oh, who did that? Is that James Brown or somebody? I think. Did James Brown throw grits on somebody? I think. So yeah, but I think we're all in agreement that if the partners are equally yoked and they're on the same page, that it's okay for the woman to be submissive to her man if there are no mental health illness issues. Al Green, yeah, yeah, yeah. I knew it was one of them those soul singers. Um, yeah. So I think we're all in agreement that a woman could be submissive if she chooses to a man that is mentally healthy. Not there's no emotional abuse, verbal abuse, and Al Green about the hot grits, Fred. Yeah, Tennille told me Al Green, Al Green. I know. I remember one of them did it. I was like, ugh. So, Mike, that is a sweeping generalization and not fair. Yes, and what they teach us in when we become therapists, mental health therapists, we shouldn't generalize. Like we shouldn't because one thing happened somewhere else. We shouldn't take that and say, "Oh, it happened that one time. It's gonna happen all the time." So, Karen saying, "Mike, black women emasculating men is a generalization. Every black woman doesn't do that." Tanisha says, "I have never emasculated my man." I had to say, I had to say it like that, Tanisha. I have never emasculated my man. Is is your head rolling, Tanisha, and your eyes? Good stuff. Good stuff. I just think this is based on the couple's temperament. Again, both parties are mentally stable and mentally healthy. There's no abuse going on. There's no physical abuse, mental abuse, verbal abuse, whatever. No abuse at all. And I think it can work. And a woman could be submissive to a man if she chooses to, as long as that man is stable. Because what I don't want you to do is lose women. I don't want you to lose yourself because you're trying to abide by the church rules and you're stuck in this relationship where you're not happy, and you're just doing it because you want to save your marriage. And and that's not I don't think God would want you to be miserable and stand under a man that's mentally not stable and that's abusing you and creating a negative environment for you and your kids. And Karen says, "Never have I, Tanisha. I have always lifted up my man." So, Mike, they talking to you. They're saying they are black women and they do not emasculate their man. Karen, your eyes rolling too and head. I'm just joking. I'm not stereotyping black women, but that's what you know. Just joking. I don't want anybody to attack me. Good stuff. Let's move on to the second topic. Let me find it. Um, so this one I got off of me and my trainer was talking about this the other day, and I was like, "Oh, that'll be a good show." Okay, so Mike just said so. I'm gonna see what he just said. Hold on. Then we'll go to topic two. Mike said, "Let the man be a man." Oh, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Oh, I clicked on something and let you go away, please. What is that? Okay. Let the man be a man, lead his family, and be the head of the household. Too many women think they do not need a man. They pay their that they change. Hold on, Fred. Too many women think they do not need a man. They pay their bills. They change tires, have toys to satisfy them sexually. So why would they need a man? You wonder what is the man's purpose? It's to be the chosen. It's to be the chosen to be the head honcho. So Mike, you're about to get it. So what do y'all think what Mike just said, right? Let a man be a man, lead his family. But Mike, what about the psychological aspect, the verbal abuse? What are women supposed to do when their significant other is abusive, verbally abusive, mentally abusive, whatever that looks like? Do you still think that they should be submissive? I want to hear that from Mike. Hey, Nicole Kelly. She says it sounds sexist, Mike. So they're getting you. But Nicole Kelly, we talked about if the partners are equally yoked, they both are stable mentally, and um, yeah, then it's okay. Because some women say they wouldn't mind being submissive if the husband was stable, right? So that's where we are. And then Mike says that goes both ways. It sounds sexist if they say it too, Mike, right? Is that what you're saying? Especially with today's modern women. So some women like to earn their money. They like to be, part of the partnership and not just not heard, not seen, but just being in the shadow of their man. They don't want that anymore. What does let the man be a man? Hey, Mike Banks, not Mike Womble. What does that? What does let the man be a man mean? Wow, Mike, he's talking to you. Mike, he's talking to Mike. So yeah, so we've talked about this. Who? Let's see. Mike Womble. Mike Banks said, "What does that mean when you say let the man be a man? Does that mean just let him do whatever he wants to, even if that means beating on the woman, or what does that mean?" So if you just joined, we're still on our first topic, which I'm trying to get back to so I can pop it up on the screen. But Mike Womble is just throwing things out here to set it off. Yeah. But welcome to the Dr. Dare Show live, YouTube, and Facebook Friday night. So our topic that we're discussing right now: do you think the church believes about women being submissive to their husband increases domestic violence or abuse? And I got this from a true story. A lady here in Georgia called it religious abuse. She felt like she was in an abusive relationship because of religion, and she stayed in that relationship even though she was getting abused. She stayed in that relationship no matter what, just to say she was in a relationship. And so I picked this topic from that. A lot of us are saying that, hey, you shouldn't be in a relationship with someone who is abusive, even if that's what the Bible says or whatever, because you know the environment's going to be horrible. But anyway, so yeah. And then a lot of people are, Mike Wombo is saying let the man be a man and be the head of the household, but we got a lot of clap back from the females on here, and even other Mike is saying Mike Womble wants some butter with those hot grits. Mike Womble, they're threatening to throw hot grits on you. Oh Lord. Yeah, but I think we're all in agreement to where as long as the man is stable mentally, that it's okay for him to be head of the household and the wife to be submissive if they agree on that. But if they don't agree on that, then that's mm-mm. So hold on, I got a lot of okay. So Mike says, I'm not sure what type of dudes these ladies are meeting. My issue is women do not let the man be a man and show his capabilities of leading his family. So Mike, I think you're talking about Mike Wumbo. I think you're talking about a man who is stable, who's doing good, and the woman seems to be trying to take control. And that's what I think you're referring to. So I'm trying to help Mike out right there, right? And say, hey, Judy, thank you for joining. Judy says the Bible doesn't say to stay in an abusive relationship, and that's so true. And I think the Bible is saying if this person is mentally stable, if this person is mentally healthy, then it's okay for them to, if the woman agrees to be submissive, then that's okay as long as everybody's on the same page. Tanil says, Mike, are you taking into consideration the gender imbalance? Single females outnumber single males in the black community. So listen to that again. Single females outnumber single males in the black community. Those women, like myself, must take on certain roles of necessity, not out of must take certain roles out of necessity, not choice. Yes. Hey, my sister's on here. Hey, Brenda. Brenda says, I'm listening, but today's women are not going to uh take Mike. We have learned better. Once you are educated, you take an exit. Right. So I think, Brenda, and I'm trying to help Mike out here. I think Mike is talking about if the male is stable and not abusive in any kind of way, then yeah, it's okay for him to be the head of the household. But he's saying that some women don't, even with that good man, they're not allowing that man to be the man. But then Tennille came in and said, you know, he's not taking in, let me read it. Mike, you are not taking into consideration the gender imbalance. Single females outnumber single males in the black community. Those women like myself must take on certain roles of necessity, not choice. Yes. Okay. Hey, Judy. Tennille, you better preach. Because you do not let a man be a man. That's why you are still single. Tennille said Brenda came in firing. Hey, Auntie. Mike's stirring up trouble. Mike says because you do not let a man be a man, that's why. So what does that mean, Mike? Letting a man be a man. What does that mean? Educate the audience. What does that mean to because you do not let a man be a man, that's why you are single. Do you feel like men should just be able to run and do whatever they want to do and the woman just sits there and be quiet and be submissive? Is that what you're saying, Mike? Good topic though, y'all. Good stuff. Make sure you share this video so people can see it and hear all the comments and see all the comments. But good topics. Things have changed so much as far as couples. There does need. It's like Tennille was saying. There is an imbalance of men versus women, and so sometimes the black woman does have to step in and take charge of her own life. She has to take care of herself, take care of her own family. So sometimes they, get into that role, and maybe it is a little hard once they meet a man to let them come in and kind of try to take that charge. But it has to be a good man. It has to be someone that's balanced mentally and physically. Hot coffee, hot grits with butter coming your way, Mike Wumble. Judy King at Mike. That's generalizing. Maybe it's more about communicating and learn your woman's love language. Something else must be lagging in the relationship. Yeah, it could be so many other things in that relationship that are just, you know, not right. But like we said, for the people who just joined, we talked about clients. I mean, partners being equally yoked, being on the same page, being there for each other, then that both loving God and being dedicated to God and dedicated to each other, then it's okay for the woman to be submissive. But if that man is verbally abusive, physically abusive, just no good, not supporting himself and not supporting anybody else, then yeah, I don't think the Bible thing applies in my opinion. But Mike seems to think differently. Mike Tennille says, "I'm single because I don't accept infidelity, and yes, I'm selective. I have no problem supporting a strong, faithful black man." You saw that, Mike? I'm gonna put Tennille's statement on the screen. Mike, I'm single because I don't accept infidelity, and yes, I'm selective, and I have no problem supporting a strong, faithful black man. And Nicole Kelly says, women have flaws as well. That's a two-way street. That is, I agree with that. There's that's why I keep saying it, you have to be equally yoked before you can start getting into the submissive stage of that relationship. You can't have any kind of imbalance, because if you have imbalance, it's not going to work. That's it. Karen says, yes, Judy King. Nicole says both parties have to be willing to submit to each other. I agree. I agree that is the 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 main core of that topic. So we're going to jump to the other topic because we're already almost into a hour of this, and we've been on one topic. So I like to, but y'all can keep talking. We topic hop. I just want to make sure I jump into the other topic. Oh, okay. So number two's topic. Mike's still going. So I'm going to be jumping back and forth into the topics. So Mike just left a comment. I just want to read that before I jump on. I think Karen Tennille and Mike need to call, to be on a uh, versus call. Timberland. Mike says that's fine. When a good man comes into your life, let him lead and bow down. Just Tennille, I think Mike is just trying to get you to set you off. An hour already. Wow. Yes, because I have a little timer on. Nicole's Nicole Kelly says, "I hope Mike is being funny." I don't know, Mike. Are you believe what you're saying? Bow down. I'm doing Nicole Kelly's response to Mike's bow down. Bow down. Kelly got her eyes rolling and neck going. Bow down. Just and Mike said, "Yes, indeed." He is just trolling at this point. Y'all are funny. So we're going to the next topic. So this topic, I got this from a Virginia Tech quarterback, was apparently on a Tinder website. He was trying to hook up with a lady, I guess, to have oral sex with him. He met the lady Angie at first, and I guess they had the sexual act. And so then when he came back to sex time, the next time, he discovered that Angie, who was off of Tinder, was actually a man, um, I guess dressed like a lady. I don't know how he found out, but the end result is he ended up Atut is his name. He ended up killing the guy who was disguised as a woman online. And so that is where me and my trainer got into this discussion the other day. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna bring that to the show. So should a trans man or trans woman meaning that a trans man is a woman that has transitioned to a man, and a trans woman is a, I'm trying not to get confused, a man that has transitioned to a woman. Not saying that this person that got killed was a trans, but I think they're saying he was. But do you think they should reveal that information to someone who they are trying to get involved with? Judy King says, now we're back to topic one. I just wanted to throw that topic out. Give me your advice on that one. Judy King Judy King says yes, he should lead and bow down. So he should do both, Mike. He should do both. And Kelly says it's not that very say because I see a lot of fake alpha males like you. Hey Toy. Hey Toy. And Brenda says, and she's commenting on the second topic that we're on. Honesty is safe. Yes, I believe that she's saying honesty is safe. What is everybody else saying out there? And you can still talk about the other topic. We just topic hop. I'm trying to get every topic covered because then Judy wanted me to cover the Little Kim topic, so I'm going to pull that up after this one. But I just wanted to jump from topic to topic. We call this Topic Hop Fridays, so we go from topic to topic. And Judy says, yes, they should disclose the info to be truthful. Right. Because everybody's not down for being with a trans man or a trans woman. So I think it should be revealed. Because I think that's what's happening in the trans community is that the trans women are getting killed because they're trying to trick heterosexual men. And once that man finds out, no telling what will happen. Okay. And uh hold on, y'all. Thought y'all trying to keep up with everybody's pace. Yes, be truthful. I read that one. Nicole says yes, they should reveal themselves, and Tori says yes, you need to tell people the truth, especially if you're trying to be involved with them. And that's exactly right, Tori. That's why I was saying, like, if you're trying to be sexually involved with this person, you definitely need to reveal that information. Um, I actually did a YouTube show. Y'all can go check that out on this actual story. Judy, maybe that sounds why it sounds familiar because I just felt like it's an important message to get out to the transgender community. Like, it's not good to trick people because now that guy is dead, and the guy who killed him was only 18 years old, and now his life is ruined, and the other guy is dead. So that was that one. Okay. Anything else on that topic? Then we're gonna jump back to keep talking about the topics. I'm gonna go grab the Little Kim topic just so I can make sure I get it in because we're in an hour. Let me find my more right there. Okay. Nope, that's not it. And here. Okay. So on to this last topic. If you're still talking about that one, good. Okay. Tanil says people need to be honest no matter what. Let people know your true status. I don't support any violence towards others, but you're just asking for drama and problems. No one likes to be deceived, and I totally agree with that. And that's why I did that video. It was like trying to educate like transgender people if they were watching, because this is Pride Month, and so I was throwing that out there. I see a lot of transgender clients in the private practice that I work at, and so we're always kind of, I'm trying to always educate them on things like don't deceive people. You can be who you are or whatever, but don't deceive people because it just leads to, like you said, drama and a lot of other problems. Okay. Okay. And so on to this topic, bringing this back from 2 weeks ago, um, entertainers like Little Kim and K Michelle have had drastic cosmetic surgeries to change their looks. Some people accuse them of self hatred. Is it self hatred or is it a beauty makeover? Or would you get cosmetic surgery? What do you guys think on this? I don't know, if think it was not a lot of people on this show that night. So Judy wanted me to bring it back, and then so I wanted to bring it back to get other people's opinions. What do you think? Like Little Kim says, she started getting into the surgery stuff because she was in an abusive relationship, kind of what we were just talking about, and um, her boyfriend was abusive. He was beating her up, and he was cheating on her with white women or European. He said she says European women, and so she started having these surgeries, I guess, to configure her face to be Caucasian. And then the end result is what we have now. She's almost unrecognizable. I thought she was a beautiful chocolate girl, but she disfigured her face because of domestic violence, which is kind of what we were just talking about. So, what are your thoughts on that? K Michelle, she's when I did this show, she still hadn't said that she had any kind of surgery, but I know she had surgery back in the day by some doctor here in Atlanta. No, he wasn't a doctor, but all the celebrities were going to this fake doctor, and she had some butt injections or something, and it went wrong, and she had to have a surgery to correct that. But she hasn't came out and admitted that she's actually had um, that surgery. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on that? And Judy says, I think they're conforming to the standard of beauty that the industry follows. And I agree. It's like you can't be a dark skinned person and be successful. You have That's why I put colorism in the description of this as well. And I was wondering, was that, but then when I read Little Kim's story, I'm like, oh, that's definitely that too. But K Michelle, she is about looking the part, and I think that's why she's got caught up in these surgeries and stuff like that. And Judy says it's due to being insecure or having low self-esteem, and I agree. Like Little Kim admitted, I mean, she's like the boyfriend that was beating her up. I'm sure he was, killing her self-esteem, and so she felt like she had to go and become who we see now. Um, yeah, just interesting topic. Thank y'all. If you're joining in, we're still topic hopping. A lot of people on here. Hey, join in when you want to, comment when you want to. This is the Dr. Dare Show live on Facebook and YouTube, and we usually cover two topics, but tonight we had like three. And first topic was, do we think domestic violence, do we think religion creates domestic violence? Because religion tells women to be submissive to their men, and that's not always good. The second one we were talking about, should transgender women and transgender men identify who they are if they're trying to get involved with someone who is heterosexual? Should they reveal that information? And a lot of people on the line said yes. And then our last topic that we're on is K Michelle and Little Kim. They've had these surgeries, and we're trying to get to the bottom. Was it colorism? Was it? I think Judy was saying there's some low self-esteem, some insecurities, and some just trying to fit in and be in the society. Tanil says you can fix your body, but if you don't fix the mental, you're still going to be unhappy. And you know what, Tanil? And that's what I kind of see when I see Little Kim. Like I used to love listening to her music and stuff, because she was just like, if you heard any Little Kim stuff, you'll know. Um, but I think you're right. It's she got into that abusive relationship cycle, and it created this. um Nicole Kelly says you can fix. Oh, Nicole Kelly says they've gone too far, and yes, low self-esteem. And Tanisha says, I wish Kim would have loved herself more because she was already beautiful. Yes. And now we see, if you look at the picture that I posted, you see the comparison, and oh my gosh, she was so much beautiful than she is now. Now it's just, I don't know. She reminds me of Michael Jackson's look. And Nicole says the business they're in will cause them to feel that way. Yeah, a lot of insecure. Excuse me, because they're trying to keep up with the look. That's what K Michelle was saying. She went to this doctor that all the celebrities had went to, but she got a botched job and had to go and try to fix it. And so, yeah, Judy, it's classic that the media glorifies what a desirable woman looks like, but then when she conforms, it's still a problem. Yeah, it's sad. Hey, Nikita. And Judy said, I'm gonna read that again, Judy. It's classic that the media glorifies what a desirable woman looks like, but then when she conforms, it's still a problem. Yeah, that's why it's very important for women and men to be true to yourself. Like, don't go try to change how you look, or change who you are just to fit in. And this is back to that, does religious cause domestic violence? Like, when women are trying to, they're trying to please the church, and they're trying to be submissive because that's what the church says, but at the same time they're getting beat up by their significant others trying to fit in. You just want to say you have a relationship. That's not a good reason. But I see this in, like, Little Kim's case. She was in a domestic violence situation and tried to change who she are. And like Tennille says, you can change the outer appearance, but are you still hurt and harmed yourself inside? Nicole Kelly says Kanye had the surgery because he said the media was calling him fat. So which surgery did he have? Nicole, I didn't see that. I missed that. But good, yeah. Let's bring some men in that had, because I don't see that a lot. Or it's just hush hush that men are having the cosmetic surgery as well. Brenda says it depends on the individual's health and self-esteem. Counseling first is best. Yes, yeah. If you and Brenda, that's a good point, because usually when you have some kind of major surgery or cosmetic surgery or something, they usually send you to some kind of counseling, or they ask, because like Tanil was saying, you can change the outer appearance. Oh, uh, yeah, you could change the outer appearance, but if you're still broken inside, you got to get that healed first before you know, attempt to do the other stuff. And oh, Kanye West had lipo. Okay, I did not know. But see, you see how his if Kanye had lipo, nobody's making a big deal about that. You barely hear about it. But when women do cosmetic surgery, it's talked about. But I guess Little Kim's, hers is like big, and K Michelle, you see the big difference. But why is that? Why can men go and do those surgeries and not be, you know, talked about or discouraged or whatever? But men kind of, and women, y'all are on the front line having to defend yourselves. But I thought this was a good topic, Judy. I'm glad you wanted me to bring it back up. Um, yeah, I just thought it was. Any more on the other topics that we talked about since we jumped around? We have been here officially an hour, which is a good thing. Nicole Kelly says it was on TMZ, if I remember correctly, when he was having one of his rants. I think he got addicted to the pain pills, which is probably the reason why it was revealed on in the first place. But I'm sure all the other rappers and male actors and all of them have had some kind of cosmetic surgery, but you're never going to hear about it. And here's Mike again. Mike says men do not tell everyone their business in the streets, and that's what I think it is. They keep it quiet. You never know. And Tanil says Kanye did get joked for it. They were calling him a true Kardashian now. Oh, because he fell in line with, yeah. Okay, I just missed that story. I didn't even, I missed that one. And I did a show on Kanye West, but I did it on mental health, like his mental health. You say they do it in the barbershop, Kelly? Okay, y'all, this my hour is up. I have had a long day. I really enjoyed everybody jumping on and giving their opinions. I welcome that. If you have a topic that you want me to discuss, again, I will do the talking. I will research it. You can just send me a DM, or text me or whatever, and I will cover that topic. I will research it and get background information. But thank y'all for sharing. I think we agreed on most. Mike had his disagreements on here. Replying to Nicole Kelly, that's our safe place. The barbershop is the safe place in the black community for men. Okay, they joke Charlemagne about lightening his skin too. Oh, good. Okay. Well, I'm glad that it's a equal balance out there, not just uh, women being ridiculed and criticized for their surgery. But Little Kim, that really bothered me, like, because I felt like she was a pretty brown girl, and then she went and had this surgery. But anyway, y'all, it's been an hour. It has been great. Thank y'all for joining. Share this video, and I will talk to y'all next Friday. If you have a topic again, let me send it to me and I will cover it. I will research it and bring it to the people. I love how y'all share your thoughts. Nobody gets mad. We just have conversation. That's what it's about. Um, yeah. And thank y'all for joining. I will talk to y'all next week. Bye.